color blue, me say. Color blue. Color blue. Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. So in today's video, I will be sharing with you my lower school, high school experience. So that is from first form to third form. So sit back, relax, grab what you need to grab. It's story time. All right, so most of you, or some of you by now, would have known that I am a past student of Clarendon College. That's my alma mater. So that's all the way up in Chapelton in the parish of Clarendon. All right. I attended for 7 years. And so before I started Clarendon College, so this is the backstory now. In my time, I did what is known as common entrance. And I did that common entrance in grade 6. And I had a beautiful and excellent teacher, Mrs. Miller. Now, on the day of common entrance, I was excited, I was nervous, and I was also confident because we, the class, were taught well by Mrs. Miller. And so as I went through that exam paper, I realized that 90% of what was on that paper, based on the teaching that we got, I could master that paper. And so she knew it. She knew I could do it. She knew that I was Glenmuir material, Glenmuir High School that is, material, but I had another motive. I didn't want it to go to Glenmuir. My parents had that as their first choice. I went with it because I'm the child. And I didn't have control of that. My teacher agreed, my parents agreed. So then the only thing I had control of was the exam. And I wanted to go to Clarendon College. And I wanted to go to Clarendon College because at the time, I had a friend who in my community, we also attended the same church, that went to Clarendon College or is going to Clarendon College. And there were several other persons in the community that was going to Clarendon College. So my love for CC started because of my friend and her friends and other persons in the community and neighboring community. So then, all right, I said to myself, since as the exam is the only thing I have control of, I am going to erase some of the correct answers and put wrong answers. And I did just that. So after the exam now, everybody have talked how they felt about it. I was kind of laid back because I knew what I did. Results come out now. Most of who had signed up for Glenmuir that our teacher knew were Glenmuir material, they passed for Glenmuir. She was so disappointed that I did not pass for Glenmuir. But I was saying to myself, even my parents, they were looking forward to Glenmuir because they knew I had that ability. But I was saying to myself, Uno can't stay there. Me know where me want, me know which school me want go. And so me I go make that the decision. And I did. And I was happy. I was elated with my results because that's where I wanted to go. All right, so fast forward now to first farm. I had to get up at 4 a.m. in the morning. And you know, say me can't wait myself because this is a new routine that I had to get into. And so my grandmother had to wake me up 4 a.m. in the mornings to get me ready and out by either 4:45 or 5 o'clock because the bus that the CCites from my community took to Clarendon College, I think it left Maypen either 5 a.m. or 5:30. So I think it was mostly 5:30. If any of them is watching this video, you can drop the early hours in the comment section. So I felt so good because we all met up at a particular location in the community. So we meet each other along the way based on where our homes were located. And so we walk in the community out to the main road to take that vehicle to Maypen and then from Maypen to CC. So we reach CC about 6 o'clock after 6, sorry, in the mornings. And CC now, don't cool like how CC cool then. So because we had to leave so early, I wasn't an early morning eater. I didn't enjoy breakfast so early in the morning. And so my grandmother, she would normally buy Surge Island milk, chocolate milk, and eggnog. And she would give me one in the mornings, along with a snack. And I took that to school. But sometimes by the time we reach school, we're still not in the mood to eat it. And so oftentimes I had it for my break because we had break and lunch. So if we wanted just break and no lunch, we would just use the break time. If we wanted both, we utilize both. All right. And so, yeah, the thing that I had with lunchtime, though, it was too crowded, and I couldn't handle the pushing and the shoving. So sometimes me eat break, me not bother go lunch line, or sometimes we beg somebody buy lunch for me, cause I look a little bit more fleshy now. Back then, I was so skinny, okay? So skinny. I got the names Bagawaya and hey, you see you, Andre, you can behave yourself. Alright, so I got Bagawaya and Bones. And it never really troubled me because the names came about by my friends, by my classmates, all right, by individuals that I was associated with. So never troubled me. All right, and yeah, first farm now, still upon first farm. In terms of subjects, I think I liked most of the subjects. I think maybe my challenging area was math, but I never failed it. Even though it was challenging, I never failed it. And I had a teacher that I was so afraid of, Mrs. Burrell Thompson. She taught me integrated science from first form straight through. And that a one teacher play with, make sure say you go our class early, because most of our classes were kept in the science lab, or one of the science lab at the time. And so as soon as the class before that finish, we have to hustle up and make sure so we get outside of the lab, standing in a line that's very neat, no noise, and just wait for her to accept us in. And then sometimes she normally have this little strap. So me as a pitney with it afraid of beating from morning, I wasn't going to have it. So I made sure that I behaved myself in this class. But I respect her, man. I respect her. Because everybody personality different. And her sternness came from her personality. All right. And we had fun in her class, even though she was strict. All right. And I had one run-in or one incident that could have gone on my file, but it didn't, because we settled it. All right. So in first form, my female classmate and I, we bust big fight. And just big fight in the classroom, where and it no draw crowd from, because at that time the first and the second form block were together. So as one first form class in, here goes the second form class. And it was just in the class. And I like, no, nowadays Pitney them a fight. Yeah, I hear this one bag of bad word and cheer and decks a draw and them a reel up like them a Jet Li. No. This is what we used in our time. We use our fists and we fist fight it out. And honestly, it was just a misunderstanding. It was just a misunderstanding. And we did put it on, Duena. Oh boy, we did put it on. But for years, I have been trying to recall what really started the fight, but I just can't remember. So Georgia, if you're watching this and you remember what caused us to fight, put it in the comment section. All right? Yeah. But I know it wasn't anything major. And so the boys came and they parted us, because none of the female could no touch we. Because we mean say we are put it on in the classroom and we are put it on. So it was the males who had to come and part us. Yes. And sometimes students fight, and from that fight, them not chat. That wasn't Georgia and I. Yeah. We talked straight through same way. Because it wasn't anything to be in malice about. And some people who, if after them lose the fight, them feel embarrassed and them in the bag of talking thing. That wasn't us. And I'm glad that wasn't us. And both of us weren't the Tegrig type either, where we could have said, all right, that one had done it, but that one you say, you know go so. No, that wasn't any of us. And so we settled that. So it never got to the point where we were documented to the point where the incident went on our file. No. Yeah. And when it comes on to competition, and that's good competition, all right, for all of first form, I was in the top 10. All right, so I remember Norvalisha Dai and I tied for 7th place in one term. And then by the end of term exam, Norvalisha outsmarted me, and I have no problem in admitting that. She gonna lead, and she came first in the class, and I came 10th. So while she moved up, I moved down. Yeah. And I was disappointed in me that I left from 7th to 10. I'd rather leave from 7th to another place or position up, but that wasn't the case. Not sure what had happened as to why my grades became lower, but I was still thankful that I was in the top 10. Yes. And Norvalisha has been excelling ever since. So big up yourself. You're no longer dire because you're married, but yeah, enough love and respect. All right. And I used to love the subject Spanish and language. Despite the fact that I love Spanish and language, when it comes on to exams, I could master that. But to speak it to save my life, I couldn't do it. So it was like I was book smart, but not street smart. Yeah. Because I often told myself that I am never going to need Spanish because I will not be going to any Spanish speaking countries. So why do I need to stress myself over Spanish? Yeah, that is how I felt. But we know now say opportunities can come about and we may need it. So then, fast forward to second form now. I was in 1B, by the way, and then now 2B. Because back then it was A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Yes. So it ended at G. So I was in 1B and then 2B. Second year, after I traveled with my colleagues or my school brothers and sisters, and I got to know the ropes, in second form, I started traveling to school by myself. So I had to take 2 transportation, one from my community main road to Mapen and one from Mapen to Clarendon College. And it was either a taxi, one of those bus, minibus, or one of them big buses. But oftentimes it would have been a taxi or a minibus because them big bus they did take too long to reach. So friendships were formed, and so we start rap with each other more. and getting to know persons, I started to become much more comfortable being a student at Clarendon College. And in no time, second form done. Because I was still that good student, never had a fight, and we just keep it neutral. Yeah. Third form now. Third form, me think say I am now this hot girl. And so my uniform now had to be well neat because first form and second form, me never really care about the space with it in my uniform. That never really bother me. But as a teenager, and you're now identifying or trying to identify who you are, you're now becoming self-aware. Certain things you want to do for yourself. First form, when I couldn't manage my hair, sometimes my cousins would do it for me, or my grandma would do it for me, and I tie it down in the night and untie it in the morning, and it neat and nice, yes. But third form now, yeah, me I comb ear myself, me I give myself my own hairstyle, and there's this hairstyle that I used to love. I used to love when I part my ear in two and I puff out the ends. Yeah, that was my signature hairstyle in third form. And uniform neat, white blouse, affy clean. And I like some of them students yeah, when me see nowadays, even in my time, oh gosh. Me know say a child need to live out them childhood days. But would you think that a 15-year-old would be so playful? No, sir. Some of them rams till the blows dirty bad. And if this is any of you right now, I don't want to feel no way, you know. I just got to tell you, say, take a little more pride in yourself. Alright? And yeah, my white blouse couldn't dirty. It has to be well kept. It has to be clean. And shoes, not to mention that, you know, wear dirty shoes. As soon as somebody step on my shoes, say I went to the canteen or the tuck shop to buy my lunch. Hustle and bustle. My shoes get dirty. You see, when me come back a classroom, because me have my brush in my bag, you know. Me have my polish in my bag. So, I now go polish it because it go smell. So, I just take my brush and me shine off my shoes. I'm good to go. After school, if me shine it off and me see, you know, ready, because my shoes must be one of those shoes where when you shine it, you see say shine. It a glisten, you can actually see a reflection in it. Yeah, that was me in third form. Alright, so polish in a bag, brush in a bag, comb in a bag, look up perfume in a bag. Self-awareness time now. And my father sent a Wolf Creek, them time there, Wolf Creek bag did that carry the swing along with John Sport. And me have my nice blue and black Wolf Creek bag. Hey, and one thing with me love match up. Alright, so my Wolf Creek bag did a black and blue. My uniform is blue. My blouse is white. My socks blue. My shoes black. Any accessory in my ear, it have to be either white, black, or blue. Nothing else. Wristwatch when I did I wear, it either have to be black, white, or blue. As some did I do it. So, I did love to put myself together. And maybe it was at that time, third form, I was more into who I am as an individual, as a young lady, because I was realizing that I was becoming a young lady. So self-awareness of who I am was priority. And because of that, to be honest, in third form, I didn't take my book so seriously. I would say, I think in third form we did between 13 to 15 subjects. And I was okay with about 10. You see the next 5? Mm-mm. I never did that go away. And literature was one of them. Spanish was one of them. Physics, chemistry. What was the other one now? And I think geography. Yes. You see them 5 subjects there? Mm-mm. No matter how hard me try, we just never did I pass them. I pay 30 and 40 and me getting at them. And to be honest, I gave up on those subjects. Because to be honest, based on what I wanted to do also, I realized that they were not in alignment with my career choice either. So me not even did a bother push for even fully. You see, after the first term, me not even did a bother push. Because I knew I wanted to do business or a mixture of business and something else. And the subjects that I was already passing would have allowed me to do that or select that option in fourth form. So me not even did stress it. Honestly, me not even did stress it. And I am not saying that a child should not try to excel at all subjects. But 13 to 15 subjects to be done at one time, you think I easy something that? It's not easy. And some of them require more time and effort than others. So I was making the required average that I need to make in third form, but I was failing at those 5 subjects, and they weren't detrimental to my future life or my career path. So me not even did pay them no mind, you know? And I think part of my problem then with literature was that if the book them not nice to me, what we I read, me can't read them. So sometimes we get homework for read certain chapters in a literature book, and I didn't do it because some of the book them boring. My 2 best literature book from first form to third form was A Cow Called Boy and Green Days by the River with Rosalie and Mr. Gidari. And Green Days by the River is actually my favorite. And there are several reasons why it's my favorite. The relationships that were formed between human and animals, and the fact that it was such a good story to me. And then the principal back in my time, Mr. Porteous, he had some dogs too. And so, when I'm early in the mornings, and I knew this from first form, when he's going to his office or when he's patrolling early in the morning, I think he had two dogs. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. That knows Mr. Porteous and his dogs. His two dogs would be behind him or beside him. So when he's going to his office or patrolling the school compound, early morning and some evenings, because when I was in third form, I was at school sometimes after school hours, so I would have seen him. And it just reminded me so much of the book Green Days by the River with Mr. Gidari and his dogs. So, yeah, those are just a couple of the reasons why the book is my favorite. But I never really enjoyed literature in third form. First and second form literature was good. But third form, not at all. And then when it comes on to favorite subjects in third form, to be honest, mine was biology taught by Mr. Simpson. I have only had one biology teacher, but he was so good that those were the best set of grades that I got, along with agriculture. And if I didn't get my first option in fourth form, which was business, I would have done general option, which included agriculture and biology. That shows the impact that those two subjects and the teachers had on me and my learning and my development in that time. But because I wanted to do business so badly, that was my first choice over the other option, which is general, which would have allowed me to do agri and bio. And so, yeah, the journey was good. And even as an adult now, working, one of those same teacher that taught me in high school, we came to be working in the same space. And so sometimes you just never know what the future holds. And that is why I believe that you should always do good to others. At that time too, especially in third form, my classmates and I, which were now close friends, when it was going home time, we know that out of the school gate full up, because we have to wait for bus. We take bus go home most of the time. We have to wait for bus. And so sometimes what we do as friends, we walk to meet the bus, because some of them would come empty because them know say school over and out of the school gate would have full of students. So we walk to meet them. And then any empty bus we are come and them see with them, I go stop and pick we up. And then drive back to the school gate if they don't meet any other student along the road. But if they meet students along the road and the bus full, then turn back. Them not reach at the gate. But if not, they go by the gate. But we would have been in the bus already and get our nice, comfortable seats. Yeah. And yes, it is what it is. So my lower school years of high school, they were very enjoyable. And I also want to shout out other classmates that have been around me, and I have been around them from first to third form. All right, so we have Kimberly Reed, we have Clint Longley, we have Andre Maraj. All right, we have Mahalan McLean, Narvalisha Dyer, Natasha Piper, Chin, big up yourself, Felicia Saunders, Natalie Ferran, even though Natalie never did in our class. Yeah, Natalie used to roll with me sometimes. So, yes, Natalie, big up yourself. Flash, Mr. Reed. Flash, me remember your surname, your first name, so nobody kill me. Yeah, watch this. Flash. Alright, and there are more persons, but I can't remember them off the tip of my head right now. Yeah. So I want to go and do the thing and know on yourself. Yes. Michael Plummer too. Yeah, because Plummer was there with us from first form, And who else? That was my high school experience. Lower school, a summarized version of it. So, what was your experience like in high school, and which high school did you attend? Comment below. Bless upon yourself, CCIs. Yeah.